Let's be honest, when it comes to managing projects, there's no single magic recipe that works every time. Different projects need different approaches, and knowing which path to take can make all the difference. Whether you're dealing with a well-defined, predictable project or venturing into a complex, evolving environment, the type of project lifecycle you choose as a manager impacts your chances of success with your projects. In this video, you will explore the four main types of project lifecycles: predictive, iterative, incremental, and agile, and help you understand which one fits a project's needs. We'll also touch on the hybrid approach, which blends the best of different methods for unique project challenges. Let's get started by looking into the predictive approach. Also known as the waterfall approach, the predictive lifecycle involves defining all the project requirements up front. The project proceeds through a series of sequential phases: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and closure. Each phase has a set order, and there's typically little room for revisiting earlier steps once they are completed. This life cycle is ideal for projects with well-defined requirements and low uncertainty, such as construction or infrastructure projects. The requirements, budget, and regulatory constraints are clearly defined at the start. In a project like this, a predictive life cycle ensures adherence to regulations and avoids costly scope changes mid-project. Next up is Agile. Agile is more than just a life cycle. It's a mindset that values flexibility, customer collaboration, and the ability to respond to change. Agile projects are broken into small segments known as sprints or iterations, typically lasting 2 to 4 weeks. At the end of each sprint, a potentially shippable product increment is delivered. Agile is a great fit for projects where requirements are expected to change or are not fully known at the start. It's time to shift focus to the iterative lifecycle. The iterative lifecycle is like sculpting. You start with a rough shape and gradually refine it until you reach the final product. In an iterative lifecycle, the project is developed through repeated cycles, iterations, with each iteration allowing for refinement and improvements. The project's end goal is known, but the steps to get there are more flexible, allowing teams to adjust their approach based on feedback and learnings from previous cycles. This approach works well in projects where the final product is understood, but the way to achieve it is not fully clear, and feedback is crucial for success. For example, a software development project might use an iterative approach to refine user interface features based on user feedback. The next life cycle to explore is the incremental life cycle. As the name suggests, the incremental life cycle is all about breaking down the project into smaller, manageable pieces that are developed and delivered individually. Each increment builds upon the previous one, gradually adding functionality until the final product is complete. This approach allows customers to see progress and provide input. Incremental approaches are suitable for projects that benefit from delivering working parts of the product regularly. For example, imagine that a new website is being developed, starting with a basic homepage. The next increment adds a blog section, followed by a contact form. Each addition is a fully functional part that enhances the website's capabilities. Each increment adds value, allowing the company to engage users early and make adjustments as needed. However, once an increment is delivered, it's typically not revisited for refinement. Instead, focus shifts to delivering the next piece of functionality. In reality, projects don't always fit neatly into one life cycle. This is where the hybrid approach comes in, combining elements from different life cycles to suit the project's unique needs. If you take developing a mobile app as an example, you would start with a basic version. Then you would gather user feedback and refine each feature in cycles until the final product is polished. Starting with a basic version is the part of this approach that is incremental. Gathering user feedback would then be part of the approach that is iterative. Something to remember is that incremental and iterative life cycles are often confused. In incremental development, the focus is on building new features step by step. Each increment is a complete, usable product in incremental development. On the other hand, iterative development is about refining and improving existing features. In iterative development, each iteration aims to enhance and perfect the product. You can also combine a predictive waterfall approach with Agile. For instance, a software project might use a predictive approach for initial setup, planning, and design, followed by Agile for flexible feature development and testing, and then finish with a predictive approach for delivery, project approval, and closing. Choosing the right lifecycle depends on several factors, such as project scope, stakeholder involvement, risk tolerance, and time to market. Consider reflecting on these questions to help you choose the right one. Are the project requirements well-defined or likely to change? Do stakeholders want regular input or prefer a hands-off approach? Can the project tolerate change, or is strict adherence to the original plan crucial? Are frequent deliverables or a single final product more important? If the project requirements are stable and predictable, a predictive approach may be suitable. For projects that need frequent feedback or are more exploratory, iterative, incremental, or agile approaches might be more effective. A key takeaway here is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to project management. In this video, you learned that by understanding the characteristics and applications of predictive, iterative, incremental, and agile life cycles, project managers can choose the path that best aligns with their project's demands. And for projects that defy easy categorization, the hybrid approach offers the flexibility to adapt, ensuring a smoother climb to the summit.